Imagine a time when the nation of Israel was united under the reigns of King David and King Solomon. However, this unity did not last, and 10 of its tribes eventually disappeared from history, scattered across distant lands. Their fate has remained one of the most compelling and enduring mysteries of the Bible. Even today, these 12 tribes serve as the foundation of Israel's story. But what happened to the 10 lost tribes? Are they truly lost, or do their descendants still exist among us? According to the Bible, God designated a special purpose for each of these tribes. However, due to their repeated disobedience and sin, they were dispersed to the farthest reaches of the earth. In our world today, people in various regions, ranging from Ethiopia to India, Asia, and even the Americas, claim lineage from these lost tribes. Could their resurgence be the realization of ancient prophecies? And what implications might this hold for the unfolding of the final chapter of human history? In this exploration, we will delve into the origins of the 12 tribes of Israel, uncover how 10 of them were scattered, and investigate the modern-day groups that claim descent from them. More importantly, we will explore what biblical prophecy says about their return and the role they may play in shaping future events. The roots of these 12 tribes trace back to Jacob, the grandson of Abraham. In a life-altering encounter, Jacob wrestled with God and was given the name Israel, meaning one who struggles with God. His 12 sons became the patriarchs of the 12 tribes of Israel, with each son receiving an inheritance in the Promised Land. The tribes that emerge from these sons are Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, along with Ephraim and Manasseh, the 2 sons of Joseph. The youngest son, Benjamin, completed the 12 tribes. Together, these tribes formed the nation of Israel. While Judah and Benjamin made up the southern kingdom, the other 10 tribes established themselves in the northern region under the leadership of tribes such as Ephraim and Manasseh. In Genesis 49, Jacob's prophecies revealed the unique destinies of each tribe, shaping their roles in Israel's history. Despite this divine purpose, Israel's people struggled to maintain their covenant with God. After King Solomon's reign, the unified kingdom split into 2. The southern kingdom, known as Judah, was comprised primarily of the tribes of Judah and Benjamin. Meanwhile, the northern kingdom, called Israel, was composed of the remaining 10 tribes: Reuben, Simeon, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, Ephraim, and Manasseh. The northern kingdom's descent into idolatry and rebellion was swift. Prophets like Hosea and Amos warned the people to turn back to God, but they were ignored. In 722 BC, divine judgment came through the Assyrian Empire, which conquered the northern kingdom, took its people captive, and dispersed them across various regions. As 2 Kings 17 verse 6 records, the Assyrians deported the Israelites to locations such as Hala, Gozan, and the Habor River area, as well as cities of the Medes. Over time, the northern tribes lost their distinct identities as they blended into surrounding cultures, earning them the name the Lost Tribes of Israel. But are they truly lost? Or are they waiting to be revealed in God's perfect timing? The disappearance of these 10 tribes remains one of the most captivating enigmas in biblical history. Following the Assyrian conquest, their identities seemed to dissolve as they integrated into foreign lands. Yet the Bible and Jewish tradition suggest that these tribes were not entirely lost but scattered, awaiting a future return foretold in prophecy. Through the centuries, several communities worldwide have claimed lineage from these tribes, holding on to ancient customs and traditions that reflect their heritage. While some of these groups have gained recognition, others have remained obscure, maintaining their heritage in isolation. Yet all share a profound belief in their connection to the lost tribes, anticipating a prophetic return. One of the most prominent groups asserting descent from the lost tribes is the Beta Israel, Ethiopian Jews, who trace their lineage to the tribe of Dan. Their presence in Ethiopia stretches back thousands of years, where they have preserved distinctive Jewish traditions that distinguish them from other African communities. The Beta Israel adhered strictly to Jewish customs, including observing the Sabbath, practicing circumcision, following kosher dietary laws, and celebrating key Jewish festivals. Even during centuries of separation from the broader Jewish world, the Beta Israel community maintained their identity and unwavering belief in their connection to the tribe of Dan, one of the 10 northern tribes exiled by the Assyrians. According to their oral tradition, their ancestors journeyed from Israel to Ethiopia through Egypt, forming a forgotten branch of the Israelite people. This deep-rooted connection is further evidenced by their religious practices, which closely mirror ancient Israelite customs. In the modern era, the Jewish world officially recognized the Beta Israel's heritage. In the late 20th century, Israel's rabbinical authority formally accepted them as part of the Jewish people. Efforts such as Operation Moses in 1984 and Operation Solomon in 1991 airlifted tens of thousands of Ethiopian Jews to Israel, marking a modern fulfillment of biblical prophecies concerning the regathering of exiled Israelites. The Beta Israel's journey back to Israel is widely viewed as a powerful echo of the ancient prophecies regarding the restoration of the lost tribes. The Ben Israel community, primarily located in western India, claims descent from the tribe of Ephraim. According to their oral history, their ancestors were shipwrecked on the Indian coast during the Assyrian exile, establishing a small but enduring Jewish community. Despite being isolated from the broader Jewish world for centuries, they preserved key Jewish customs such as Sabbath observance, circumcision, and dietary laws. What makes the story of the Bene Israel remarkable is their resilience. Despite limited contact with other Jewish communities, they maintained a distinct sense of Jewish identity, passing down traditions that closely align with mainstream Judaism. Their claim of descent from the tribe of Ephraim is taken seriously by many scholars and members of the Jewish community. In recent decades, several members of the Bene Israel have made Aliyah, immigrating to Israel, and contributing to the cultural and religious diversity of the nation's Jewish population. Their presence is seen as another step in the fulfillment of ancient prophecies that foretell the return of Israel's scattered descendants. Pashtun tribes, Afghanistan and Pakistan. The Pashtun people of Afghanistan and Pakistan, also known as Pathans, present yet another intriguing claim. They believe that they are descendants of the tribes of Ephraim and Manasseh, the sons of Joseph. Many of their cultural practices bear striking similarities to ancient Israelite customs. For example, numerous Pashtun tribes practice circumcision on the 8th day, abstain from eating pork, and follow other customs reminiscent of Jewish law. The Pashtuns' oral history consistently emphasizes their Israelite heritage, and for generations they have referred to themselves as Bani Israel, meaning children of Israel. Some Pashtun tribes even carry names that resemble those of ancient Israelite tribes, such as Rabbani and Levani. Though scholars continue to debate the authenticity of these claims, the persistence of their traditions hints at a profound connection to their ancestral roots. The Pashtun guardians of ancient traditions. Among the many communities claiming ties to the lost tribes, the Pashtun people of Afghanistan and Pakistan, also known as Pathans, stand out. They believe they descend from the tribes of Ephraim and Manasseh, the sons of Joseph. Their customs reflect many practices associated with ancient Israel. For example, numerous Pashtun tribes observe circumcision on the 8th day, avoid eating pork, and follow cultural traditions that echo Jewish law. One of the most compelling aspects of the Pashtuns' claim is their oral tradition, which has been preserved for centuries. They have long referred to themselves as Bani Israel, children of Israel. Their stories recount an ancestral connection to the northern kingdom of Israel. Some Pashtun tribes bear names closely resembling those of Israelite tribes, such as Rabbani and Levani. Although scholars remain divided on the authenticity of their heritage, the persistence of these traditions lends weight to their claims. With the Pashtun population numbering in the tens of millions, the possibility that they descend from the lost tribes adds a fascinating element to the broader narrative of Israel's regathering in the end times. The Igbo descendants of Gad and Zebulun. In Nigeria, the Igbo people have long maintained that they are descendants of the lost tribes of Israel, specifically those of Gad and Zebulun. Their cultural practices bear a remarkable resemblance to Judaism, including circumcision on the 8th day, adherence to dietary laws, and the celebration of religious festivals. These traditions have persisted despite the Igbo's historical isolation from the Jewish world. Many within the Igbo community believe that their ancestors were scattered during the Assyrian conquest and found refuge in Africa. Although their claims are still gaining recognition within the broader Jewish community, there is growing interest in their connection to ancient Israel. In recent years, many Igbo individuals have formally converted to Judaism, and some have even immigrated to Israel, seeking to reconnect with their ancestral heritage. Their link to the tribes of Gad and Zebulun is part of a larger movement across Africa, which seeks to uncover additional remnants of the lost tribes. As more groups emerge, the potential for uncovering long-forgotten Israelite communities grows, adding new dimensions to the prophetic narrative. The Lemba keepers of the priestly line of Levi. In southern Africa, the Lemba people, primarily found in Zimbabwe and South Africa, claim descent from the tribe of Levi. Their oral tradition recounts a migration from the Middle East to Africa, carrying with them ancient practices that align closely with those of ancient Israel. The Lemba's customs include circumcision, Sabbath observance, adding new dimensions to the prophetic narrative, and kosher-like dietary restrictions, all of which have intrigued scholars for years. What makes the Lemba story particularly compelling is the scientific evidence supporting their claims. DNA testing has revealed that a significant percentage of the Lemba population carries the Cohen modal haplotype, a genetic marker linked to the priestly line of Aaron. This discovery lends credibility to their claim of Levitical descent, suggesting that the priestly line has survived, even in the most unexpected regions of the world. The Lemba's heritage exemplifies how the remnants of ancient Israel may have endured in scattered and surprising ways. Their return to both spiritual and cultural practices aligns with the prophetic vision of Israel's regathering. According to biblical prophecy, the restoration of the lost tribes is a critical part of God's divine plan. The Bible makes it evident that the lost tribes have never been forgotten by God. In fact, their eventual return is a key element of end-time prophecies. One of the most vivid depictions of this restoration is found in Ezekiel 37, known as the prophecy of the Valley of Dry Bones. Here, God promises to revive the scattered tribes and unite them once again with Judah. As the passage proclaims, "I will make them one nation in the land, on the mountains of Israel. There will be one king over all of them, and they will never again be two nations or divided into two kingdoms." Ezekiel 37:22. This prophecy foretells the reunification of the northern tribes with the southern kingdom of Judah, forming a singular and restored Israel under the rule of the Messiah. The prophet Isaiah also speaks of a future regathering. In Isaiah 11:12, God promises to gather his people once more from across the globe, stating, "He will raise a banner for the nations and gather the exiles of Israel. He will assemble the scattered people of Judah from the four corners of the earth." This prophecy hints at more than just a return from Babylonian exile. It envisions a global gathering that includes the lost tribes of the northern kingdom, symbolizing God's faithfulness to his covenant. Many believers today view the return of communities such as the Beta Israel and Beni Israel as partial fulfillments of this promise, with the complete fulfillment still to come. The book of Revelation provides another glimpse into the future restoration. In Revelation 7, the 12 tribes of Israel are represented by 144,000 individuals, 12,000 from each tribe, sealed for protection during the Great Tribulation. This passage reaffirms that the lost tribes are not irrelevant to God's final plan. Then I heard the number of those who were sealed, 144,000 from all the tribes of Israel, Revelation 7:4. These 144,000 signify that the lost tribes will have a vital role in the unfolding of God's plan for humanity. The return of the lost tribes is far from a historical curiosity. It holds profound prophetic significance. According to the Bible, these tribes will not only be restored but also reunited with Judah to form a complete and unified Israel. This reunification will play a pivotal role in the establishment of God's kingdom on earth, heralding the Messianic age. It will be a supernatural act, demonstrating that the final days are near. As new groups continue to emerge, claiming descent from the lost tribes, many see these discoveries as signs of prophecy coming to life. The reappearance of these scattered descendants serves as a powerful reminder that God's promises are unwavering and that the return of the Messiah draws ever closer. Although the fate of the 10 lost tribes remained uncertain for centuries, the Bible assures us that God's people have never been abandoned. Through groups like the Beta Israel of Ethiopia and the Pashtun of Afghanistan, we witness the early stages of their return. Prophecies in Isaiah, Ezekiel, and Revelation all point to the significant role these tribes will play in the end times, when they are gathered from the farthest corners of the earth and reunited with the tribes of Judah under the reign of the Messiah. As we approach the fulfillment of these prophecies, the reappearance of the lost tribes offers hope and confirmation that God's ultimate plan for Israel, and indeed the entire world, is unfolding right before our eyes. What is your take on all of this? Be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if this is your first time here, or if you haven't joined our growing community yet, I would like to take this moment to personally invite you to subscribe to our channel. It's completely free and the only way to ensure that you never miss a video. Don't forget to tap that bell after you subscribe so that you are always the first to be notified when we drop a video. Before you get out of here, I need to ask you for a small favor. Please share this video with all of your friends and family. And if you really enjoyed it, it would be much appreciated if you would smash the like button so that the YouTube algorithm shares God's word with as many people as possible. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.